Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi expected to join the MEC there in Matome Chiloane to reflect on that province's 2024 matric performance. They will also be awarding top performing pupils from this class with bursaries to study at a South African higher education institution of their choice. Watching that angle is our senior reporter Patricia, who joins us now live. And Patricia, we know there's always that healthy competition amongst provinces, including Gauteng, which has kept the top 3 best performing provinces last year.
Well, definitely, and they are here to make sure that they gear up on the right footing as they aim for the first position, of course, as they conclude for the class of 2024 and prepare for the class of 2025. Of course, the province achieved a pass rate of just over 88% and improving from the previous year. As we have heard yesterday, the Minister of Basic Education really just, praising all the provinces for their sterling and excellent performances. Everybody has improved. I'm now joined by the Gauteng Basic Education HOD, Mr. Rufus Mutlana. Thank you so much. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
As the class of 2024 in Gauteng did all of us proud. But tell us more about, how many distinctions did the class of 2024 achieve in Gauteng, and what does it mean if you had to break down your performance in terms of what you have achieved?
Thank you very much, Patricia. As an accounting officer of the Gauteng Department of Education, I'm quite excited today. We're here at Vodacom today, World, to ensure that we celebrate with the class of 2024, the parents, the stakeholders, and all the staff members of the GDE who has contributed to this particular achievement of 88.4%, the highest ever since 1994. We are very proud of that particular achievement. It's a big feat indeed, and we are looking forward to improve it as we move forward. We have achieved this particular percentage of 88.4 with a number of contributory factors. One of them being the fact that we produced 51% of the bachelors. Our learners, more than 50% of our learners have achieved bachelors. We've got more than 5% of our learners or candidates achieving distinctions, and because of that, the class of 2024 has made us proud, being the highest achiever ever. And we can see that the system of education sector in the country, particularly in this particular province, is improving, and we are moving to higher heights. We are very proud of these learners of 2024, and today we are here with the Premier and the MEC to come and celebrate with them, award them their recognition certificates, but furthermore also award them bursaries, those who qualify for 2025 higher education sector.
It's one thing to talk about the number of bachelor passes, the distinctions that has been achieved, and the percentage going up, but often it is the quality of the education that is provided by educators and really just the system as a collective. Are we seeing the quality that we are hoping for that is obviously in line with Vision 2030?
Indeed, as Gauteng, we are obviously pushing on, we want or we wish that all learners should pass. We want all learners to pass. Those who did not make it for 2024, we want them to come back in 2025 to try again and ensure that they succeed. But the numbers are just numbers, and the numbers tell a story. The numbers tell a story of an investment which the country and the province and the department in particular has made over the years. And that investment, I think, is paying dividends now, that we're seeing a lot of improvement within this particular sector, and ensuring that as a province we're not only quantitatively oriented, but we also want quality. And this year, this is the year 2024 cohort which has shown us that quality matters, and indeed in today's event we'll be acknowledging those individual learners who has made us proud over a 12-year period, because remember, this is just the pinnacle of the 12-year process which have been undergoing with these learners, and today we are ushering them out to the higher education sector and to the other sectors with pride, given the fact that they are quality learners coming from a good system, given all the challenges which we have experienced over the 12 years, COVID being one, the situations in our schools being two, and many other social challenges which these learners are facing on a day-to-day basis. We applaud them.
Making sure that no one is left behind think that is one of the calls even made by the minister yesterday, that one of your core responsibilities is to make sure that no one is left behind. And as a province, are you winning with the effort to make sure that the learners that start in grade 1, grade R, ultimately reach that goal of completing their matric? What does your statistics look like in terms of that cohort? We heard yesterday the minister was punching numbers, but in Gauteng, are we seeing an improvement that, the number, you see more learners perhaps finishing their schooling year? What is the dropout rate looking like?
Thank you very much. I would rather talk about the throughput rate. When this learner started grade 1, we had 190,000 learners. At the end of the grade 12, we've got over 140,000 learners, which is just over 75% throughput rate. And the throughput rate is relative. It depends on how we, first of all, let me put it this way, that we want to keep all the learners in the system from grade 1 to grade 12. But there are many factors which contribute to these learners leaving the system, others going to other sectors which not necessarily are counted within our system. And we're also ensuring that our schools become exciting. We want the schools to be exciting, so exciting that these learners don't want to leave our schools. They want to stay in the system. And remember, our system from grade 10, the learners can also go to TVET. Some of them duly go there, and they are not accounted for at grade 12 level. Others are also enrolling on international programs. IEB, you can mention it. And all these learners are not part and parcel of the stats, which we are keeping as part of the throughput rate. But indeed, one day, we want to see the throughput rate being in the 90s and the 100% range.
President Cyril Ramaphosa has also raised concern about the decline of learners who are venturing into the mathematics and science field. In Gauteng, are you experiencing a big decline? And if so, what are you doing to make sure that that number increases? Because ultimately, it is in line with our vision of economic growth and really just being in line with international standards. So what does the numbers look like in Gauteng in terms of those who are taking up maths and science and going in that direction? Indeed,
in our province, the gateway subjects, we call them gateway subjects, are important to us, and we encourage our learners to take those kind of subjects, sciences, maths, to ensure that they can have multiple pathways as they complete grade 12. This year, the class of 2024, I must indicate that we had higher enrollment or an increase in enrollment on gateway subjects, which is pleasing. And we also are proud to announce that as a province, we had an increase in maths pass rate, which is an exciting development. And we believe that over time, given the investment we are making on schools of specialization, the investments we are making on technical schools, the investment we are making on our teachers through our Saibonos Science Center and Methogunwe School of Leadership, we believe that once you've got exciting schools, good teachers, and we provide all the necessary support to the learners, the sky is the limit in terms of making sure that these learners are not afraid of maths and science, they're not afraid of accounting and economics. They can take it head on and ensure that this province, this beautiful province, which is vibrant and innovative, will get the skills it requires from these learners going forward. So you've had an improved pass rate, but do you see more learners enrolling for those subjects? Indeed. We had more learners enrolling for gateway subjects as compared to the previous year, 2023. And we want to encourage more enrollments come 2025 to ensure that come 2026, as we announce the class of 2025, we can proudly say that there are more learners in these particular subjects. Gauteng is a very complex province in terms of its socio-economic landscape. As a province, what do you do to make sure that you close the gap of inequality that often compromises a lot of learners in terms of equal access to quality education? What are we doing to make sure that that aspect is properly dealt with? Because often that is what is at the center of how many learners suffer in the schooling system. I must say that in Gauteng, the schools, we've got two categories of public schools, no fee-paying schools and fee-paying schools. Over the 5-year period, the gap gap between the fee-paying schools and no-fee-paying schools is closing. At the moment, it's sitting at about 5%, and we are quite confident that that particular gap will be closed in the next 5 years. We are pumping a lot of resources into our schooling system, including no-fee-paying schools. We don't discriminate learners based on the type of school they are in, and as we indicated, we as a province, we have introduced 35 schools of specialization, and those schools of specialization are one of the key levers to ensure that the socio-economic requirements of this particular province are met through the graduates which are coming from these kind of schools. And you'll see today those schools did us proud. You'll see them on stage. They did us proud in terms of the performance. Most of them performed above 90%.
How many learners are you honoring today? Which is your top performing schools in Gauteng? Shortly.
Let me not divulge.
Just a number. How many are you honoring? You don't need to mention their names.
Yeah. We had a total of 136 entries for Matric results. We are likely to honor over 50 learners today in various categories. We also have the top school, which we're going to honor. We've got also the top learner in the province we're going to honor today, but we're also going to honor some of the top district. It was announced by the minister yesterday that Gauteng has got the top district ever not only in the province but nationally, and that particular district has done us proud, and today we are going to recognize them accordingly to encourage them to go higher.
I might not have time to speak to you again. What are the lessons that you are taking from 2024 that you want to invest in the class of 2025 so that either they achieve the same excellence or they go up higher?
I must start by saying that we want all our schools to achieve 100% pass. This year, in class of 2024, we've got 18 schools which achieved 100% pass. We are going to invest in those schools which deserve to get 100% and they don't. I want my school to get 100%, and once they get 100%, I think the system will be moving in a giant way, and to ensure that we can make this particular province proud.
Thank you so much. The HOD in Gauteng Basic Education, Mr. Rufus Mutlana, just taking us through their performance and really what their goals are, and of course the highlight of today where they'll be honoring some of the top performance in the Gauteng province, but also the top school in the province, and they taking this to obviously also inspire the class of 2025. And I must say the whole country is beaming with pride as the class of 2024 really, flew the South African flag very high, a historic performance and achievement nationally, but also on provincial level, as we see, these excellent percentages and results that are coming out. But also yesterday we heard from the minister, the national HOD, and now again here from the provincial HOD, where they're talking about the fact that this is an indication that the education system in South Africa is maturing. But of course we've also heard concerns from other sectors talking about the plight of teachers, that they want more resources, they want more teachers in the schooling system so that the teachers can actually be able to do their work properly, and it's ultimately in that way that the overall system in the country can be improved collectively, so, and to ensure that no child is left behind, in line with Vision 2030. It's back to you.
Patricia, Visagie, some great questions there to the HOD of Education in Gauteng. Patricia's live to us there from Midrand. Thanks very much indeed.